Hey guys, it's Vara, and today I wanted to talk about some more changes that they are making to this Magic the Gathering format. Now, yeah, this is a brand new Magic the Gathering format, but now they've made 3 big changes to the starting life totals. They keep changing mulligan rules. It's just they can't decide what they want to do, so I wanted to talk about them really quickly because a lot of people have been asking me my opinions on Brawl, and I haven't really given my opinions on Brawl because I wanted to see what they're going to do with the format. They keep changing things, and I don't want to give my opinion until they've kind of settled everything with the format. I know that it hasn't been doing too great at GPs or anything, and they also talked about how they're going to be adding in support to stores that want to run Brawl, so I figured we'd kind of go over this article really quickly and see if there's any decent information in it that we can find. For the 1v1 Brawl, the starting life total is now 25. So on May 10th, they made it 20. It was originally 30, now it's 25, so this is the 3rd major change that we've seen to the life total. So they've said with the starting life total at 20, we've seen the 1 versus 1 Brawl meta take a large shift towards low curve aggressive decks. Of course, that's even in standard. I mean, it's all about mono red, and yes, blue black is very good, but they're saying they're not seeing enough blue black and other decks besides mono red, so they're changing the life total. It's not people's fault for playing those particular type of decks. You don't see them changing the commander life totals because people are playing one specific sort of deck. I mean, you don't see them lowering or hiring it because everyone's playing Brea, or if Exploding Moose came back and Marath deck was OP, you wouldn't see them changing the life total. They just have to decide, and I'm giving them a pass because it is a brand new format, and ultimately they can keep changing it as long as they eventually here soon, now that they're at 3 tallies, figure out what the life total is going to be. I mean, 25 is perfectly fine. I did think 30 was a little bit high. I thought 20 was maybe even a little bit low because it is a commander, it's just a rotating commander, and I'm glad that it's 25 now. I really hope that they just stick at 25 and that they don't change it for the 3rd time. I mean, they've gone too high, too low. This is the mid. If they go to too high or too low again, they're just going to have a problem with it. So hopefully that they stick with this and there's not a big problem with the life total now. They also updated the 1v1 Brawl for 1 free mulligan, and they said the second change we're implementing is that each player is allowed 1 free mulligan in 1 versus 1 Brawl. This means the first time in a game that a player chooses to mulligan, they will again draw 7 cards. That's nice. I do like that they did that. I think that that's healthy for the game, and I do think that's healthy for the format, so I agree with that. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. They just keep making changes. That's the biggest problem I have, is when you make changes, but they do get a free pass because it is a brand new format. They did also touch on store support, and they said since we were really testing it with Dominaria to see what happened, we didn't have anything significant lined up for stores. So what they're saying is that they've gotten a lot of feedback. Brawl is doing pretty good in most LGSs that are actually running it, and a lot of people are excited for the format, so they're working on adding additional Brawl support. I do think that this is good. If you really want to make a format stick, you really have to give store support. I think that it is a good and healthy thing that they are making store support. I do agree with that. You guys know I always agree with giving stores extra compensation. I agree with stores getting players getting support for their formats that they want to play in stores. I do really agree with this. I do support everything around the LGS, so I'm really happy that we're seeing more store support. And then they only kind of touched a little bit on design support. And they said, yeah, you know, Brawl's missing a couple cards here and there, and we mainly want to put in new sets cards that could be used in not only Brawl, but once they rotate out, that could be used in Commander really well. So they are kind of thinking of both. I just hope they don't start filling the sets with Brawl junk. I mean, we always see that Commander fodder that's going to be really good in Commander, but not in Standard. I mean, we already see that, so I really hope that they don't add more as incentive. I think we see perfectly enough. I think that it is a really good idea for them to support it in stores and really figure out what they want to do with the format. They're headed in a good direction with it. Unfortunately, we have seen that it didn't fire and a couple big GPs, so I guess we'll see what happens. Hey, as long as people are interested in it and they keep incentive going for the format to grow, I do think that this format will succeed. I mean, unfortunately, it is a rotating commander, which is bothersome. I mean, a lot of people play commander because nothing rotates out, but all we can do is see in time what happens with the format. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. Let me know what your thoughts down below on Brawl are. Discord link will also be linked down below. We're constantly talking about Magic, so join the community. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys again really soon.